fire cider. Let me show you how I make it. All right, so in no particular order, I'm just kind of going to go over the ingredients that we're going to need and pretty much everything else you're going to need. So you're going to start off with just a large mason jar. Gallon is fine. If you want to make less, that's up to you. And then, of course, you're going to have 1 lemon, 2 oranges, 1 jalapeno, 1 red onion, 1 clove of garlic. Some people say 8 cloves, 6 cloves. I just say do 1 garlic, 1 whole garlic. This here's your horseradish. This here is ginger. This here is your turmeric. This here is horseradish. Then, of course, a couple sprigs of rosemary, a couple sprigs of thyme. I love thyme, so I have more thyme than you actually need. And then here are your cloves. Here is your honey, and then your apple cider vinegar. Actually, I just realized I forgot something. We also need some peppercorn. So let me go into the cabinet here and grab some peppercorn, because you definitely need peppercorn. All right, so lastly, peppercorn. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to go ahead and chop these oranges up, chop the lemon up, chop the jalapeno up, the onions, grate the ginger, turmeric, and horseradish, and then we'll be all set. I'll be back shortly. Alrighty, so now we're just gonna add in our ingredients. Starting off with the lemon that I've cut to this size. I left the rind on. That's just my personal choice. And that's just 1 whole lemon. Then the oranges, I did take the peel off of the oranges, as you can see. And that is 2 oranges. Next, I'll add in my red onion. I like to break it apart a little bit. And I did a half of red onion. If you'd like more, definitely add more. Again, this is just my personal preference. Any of the ingredients, to me, you can put more or less. It's your choice. That's just how I like it. Next, I'm going to go in with my garlic. And again, this is just 1 whole garlic bulb. 1 whole garlic bulb. And I sliced mine. I did not mince it. Next, I'm going to add my root vegetables, which to me is the most important part of this entire setup here, is the root vegetables, which would be your turmeric that I'm adding now. And again, for the turmeric, I would say if you wanted to, you could probably get away with less than a half a cup. Me personally, I just take a couple sprigs of it, a couple pieces of root, maybe 4 or 5. It doesn't have to be a half a cup. Next, the horseradish, which I did grate. So we're just going to add that in there. And this is a half a cup of the horseradish. So the root vegetables, like the turmeric, the horseradish, and the ginger, to me, you should not skip any of those. I'll be the first to say I am not a fan of ginger. I take it because I know it's good for me, but I am not a fan of it. I'll be honest with you. Promise you I'm not. Next, we're going to go in with our ginger. And we're just piling things on top of one another. Yeah, out of everything in here, Ginger is my least favorite ingredient. But it's super crucial to this mixture. So I deal with it. After that, I'm going to go in with the jalapeños. And I did leave my seeds in. That's just how I like it. Again, do what floats your boat. And again, all of these ingredients, with the exception of the citrus, the peppercorn, cloves, cinnamon, and the apple cider vinegar, was all grown from my garden. And if you can't grow all of these vegetables, by all means, get them organically at your local grocery. After that, I'm going to go in with my cloves. And I would just say just a tablespoon of cloves. I don't know if you can see that there. So just a tablespoon of cloves is really all you need. Same thing with peppercorn. And I just eyeball it. So just a tablespoon. Peppercorn is specifically important in this as well because it helps break down. Okay. I might even go in with a little shot of cayenne because cayenne, to me, you can't go wrong with adding cayenne. I might do that. Then I'm going to go ahead and add my rosemary. And I just like to stuff that in over the sides. And I got maybe 4 sprigs here. Yeah, so I got like 4 sprigs. And I'm just pushing them down. I love the smell of rosemary. Oh my gosh. Now I want to make some rosemary chicken. Okay, let's go ahead and push that down again. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and add my thyme. And again, for the thyme, I love thyme. So some people will put in other things besides thyme, but for me, thyme is a must. It is a must. Oh my God, if you could just smell this. Get me out. Oh, there we go. And then I want to add, yeah. I did not mention earlier, but I did decide to add parsley. I had my daughter go out to the garden and get it because I'm like, I do like parsley in mine. So I forgot to mention that when I was talking about that earlier. And while I was slicing and cutting everything, I had my daughter go out and grab some parsley. So, and again, just a handful, not a whole lot. I just want it in there. Okay, some people prefer cilantro. Again, personal preference. It's all the personal preference. Then we're going to go in with the cinnamon. I have 3 cinnamon sticks here. And I just put them on the top like that. And then I'm going to go in with my honey. And honey is more so just for the sweetener, but of course for the beneficial value that it offers. Okay, so I just like to, I'll say about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half. And again, that's personal preference. Okay. And then we're going to top all of this off with the apple cider vinegar with the mother. Make sure you get that one. And you just fill until everything is completely covered. Which may end up being about these are 16 ounces, maybe about a bottle and a half it should take. It definitely shouldn't take too much more than that. Yep. I'm just going to see if I can get this whole bottle in there to cover everything up. Yeah, I think I can. Perfect. So, sometimes I'm not able to get the whole thing in there. All right. And then, of course, we're just going to add our lid. All right. And what I do is I let this sit for approximately 30 days, of course, a minimum of 30 days. But the shelf life is anywhere from 6 months to 8 months. Some people say a year. It doesn't last that long. So for me, I can only go by how long it's lasted. And I think the longest we had this last was maybe 8 months. I think it could go longer, but it definitely can at least go to 8 months. But that's it. You don't have to refrigerate it. What I'm going to do is just add that right here in my little cabinet. Let it sit. And in 30 days, we'll come back. And I usually do two teaspoons or 2 tablespoons, depends, daily. And especially if I feel myself coming down for something, I'll do maybe 3. But other than that, I haven't been sick in, oh my goodness, at least 8 years. I have not taken any type of pharmacy with the PH pharmacy medication in over 15 years. From everything from my medicine to skincare, this is kind of, I use all medicinal herbs for medicines, and of course herbs and different tinctures and things for any kind of ailments and skincare. So this is my personal preference. I'm not asking anybody to not follow the guide of your doctor or any kind of advice that your doctor will give you. That's not what I'm saying. I just said for me. That's not what that's just my personal preference, and this worked for me. But other than that, that is it. I will try to post the ingredients that I use in the title. Other than that, if you do make your own homemade fire cider, just let me know what you use. I'm curious. I would love to try a different recipe. I've been doing this for years, so I just want to kind of know what someone else does. But other than that, that would be it. Happy growing, everyone. And please let me know your recipes or how you feel about fire cider. Do you like it? Do you don't like it? Just give me your opinions. All right. Everybody have a good day. Fire cider.